Actually, I think it's getting harder the more I write. There's more doubt, there's more insecurities, and the words just won't really mash together in any appropriate way whatsoever.
No matter how many pounds of chocolate you eat or how many symbols you draw over your door in goat's blood.
Hey everyone, welcome back. I am Emily, and I am a writer. So let's talk about being a writer, shall we? All of these things I am about to say are definitely true. Unless they're not true. The only way to really know is to get knee-deep into writing itself. And, well, at that point, it's just too late for you, isn't it? So without further ado, here are my 8 things about writing that are most definitely true, even if people don't always tell you about them. Number 1 is you do not need to be a certain age and you do not need to write a certain genre. I don't know why this is a thing that people say or think. Maybe it's just something jerks sort of like to say to make themselves feel superior, or maybe it's something insecure writers think because they're not really sure about their careers yet. I understand the last one. Not so much the first one. There are a lot of people who think they can't write YA because they're older, or that because they're maybe a woman they need to write romance, or they need to write YA. Newsflash, you can write whatever you want. And it doesn't matter how old you are. Write what your heart wants to write. Hard and fast rules do not exist in the writing world. And anyone who tells you there are hard and fast rules might be trying to sell you something. Unless they tell you not to write love triangles. In that case, you should absolutely listen to them. That is a rule. And I am trying to sell you on something. I'm trying to sell you on not writing love triangles, okay? Number 2 is that rough drafts, that doesn't even cover it. This isn't so much something no one will tell you. It's more of something you don't believe until you're deep in the writing zone. In the beginning, you think your draft will be all rainbows and unicorn burps. Your draft will be special. After all, you're special. After writing for a while, you'll know better. I still struggle with this, even though I know rough drafts are always going to be rough. I put pressure on myself to write a perfect draft, and I know that I'm just gonna get a little depressed when it turns out to be garbage, because all rough drafts are garbage. All rough drafts are going to be disgusting. Writers make constant jokes about this. This is why, for the most part, you don't really have to worry about beta readers stealing your stuff. No one wants to read your unpolished thought vomit, okay? Even if we are special. Number 3 is it does not really get easier. One would think that writing gets easier with time. I mean, after all, practice makes perfect, doesn't it? And I certainly know that this whole writing thing is just getting easier and easier the farther I get along into it. Sorry, no. Actually, I think it's getting harder the more I write. There's more doubt, there's more insecurities, and the words just won't really mash together in any appropriate way whatsoever.
No matter how many pounds of chocolate you eat or how many symbols you draw over your door in goat's blood.
The good news is you love it the more you get into it. It kind of becomes part of you. It makes you really, really happy. Number 4 is there are so many things about writing that's just, well, I might as well write one more page. Here you are thinking that writing is some sacred process. It's an ancient art you have been blessed with, and the words will flow out of you in glorious perfection once you hit your groove, and you will come into a greater understanding of your art. You poor thing. I cannot tell you how many thousands of words I've written because I just went, I might as well write one more page, or might as well write one more paragraph before I go to bed. And then before I know it, I have a rough draft. It's a thought vomit rough draft, but you know, you can't edit a blank page. No magic, just lots of, why not a little more? Number 5 is you are literally Doug the dog. You are deep in the story mines. Deep in the murky depth of character insanity. You are reaching your midpoint. Your character is about to do something awesome. Your love triangle is at the peak point of overcompensating for your weak plot. And then,
squirrel!
The brand new, shiny story idea crashes in and it takes all your attention. It beckons. It is better than your current work. Shinier, wordier, characterier. This will be your new masterpiece. You will abandon all else and chase this new idea. Then, the moment you decide to commit,
squirrel!
Number 6 is everyone has an opinion. I don't know if you know this, but the internet is full of people with opinions. Not me, obviously. But you're gonna hear all sorts of advice. And it's pretty much going to contradict all the rest of it. Do you put the novel information like word count and genre at the beginning of the query letter or the end of the query letter? Do you self-publish or go traditional? Are prologues a deal breaker, or do readers love them? Do you curl up in a fetal position and cry right now, or after you've written a couple hundred words? While you're curled up in that fetal position, do you listen to other people's writing advice? Number 7 is no one's gonna see what you see. No one is gonna love your book or your characters or your writing as much as you do. Sorry. Everything is going to mean something to you. The clothes your characters are wearing, the weather on a particular day, the type of grass in this very specific meadow where your two characters met for the first time and the two ends of the universe collided. You see, I'm the type of writer where it's sort of like, oh my goodness, my main character just furrowed their eyebrows and looked off into the distance. Do you not see the implications of this moment? And then readers are just sort of like, wait, did something happen? I feel like the scene lacks tension. And I'm like, no, do you not understand? His finger twitched. Do you not see the significance of this moment? And then people look at you like freaking out over imaginary things is totally not normal or something. This might not be exactly what writing is like for you, but it's going to be something similar. Welcome to writing. This is why people think we drink. And number 8, you will never know what the hell you're doing. Then that's okay. I know I'm still a relatively new baby writer. I've yet to have a published novel under my belt, and I'm not yet making a living off my words. Having said that, I've been writing for about 8 years, and about 5 years very seriously. I've written hundreds of thousands of words, and I've had almost a dozen short stories professionally published. I still don't know what the hell I'm doing. It's a bit like wandering around with a blindfold on, and every 100,000 words or so, a little needle hole of light gets made in the blindfold, and you can see your way just a tiny bit better. And that's really the only way you don't smash your face into the nearest wall. It's probably never going to be fully clear, and that's okay. Because we're writers. We revel in the adventure and make words out of the insanity. So there are my 8 truths about being a writer. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I would love it if you subscribed and would ding that little notification bell. Every week I upload a video on writing or books or movies. If you have a suggestion for a topic you would like me to talk about, leave it in the comment section. I would love to hear from you guys. I upload videos every Friday, and I will see you guys next week. Bye! Do you never listen to another human writer ever again, or do you do... Are prologues a deal breaker, or do readers like... readers? I would love it if you subscribed and dung that little notification bell. Dung the little notification bell?